guys, it's me again. So it is, what day are we on? Wednesday. Oh dear. So yeah, it's Wednesday today. It's half term here, and I'm still feeling poorly. Woke up this morning, the cough's come back, and I'm just so tired. It's unbelievable. I started taking paracetamol and ibuprofen, but that set my eye off again, so I stopped taking that. That was helping a little bit, but yeah, I haven't taken any of that today, and I'm just feeling ugh. So I thought what I would do is, sorry, we've got a storm coming in, and I'm so cross. So the next door neighbours, the fence has come down behind the polytunnel, and their grandchildren keep on kicking the ball at the polytunnel, and it has knocked my worktop. It's on wheels kind of thing. It's meant to go like in a kitchen to give you a bit of extra workspace, but I put it in the polytunnel, and they keep on kicking the ball against the polytunnel and the fence. They're not fussed. And it's come down, I can see it, but I just haven't got the energy at the moment to sort that out. My shelves are still up. I've got broad beans in there growing, but once I get a bit of energy, I will sort that out. But it just seems so much to do at the moment, and I'm so cross that I'm not able to get it done. I don't like hanging around. If I've got something in my mind that I want to do, I do it. Oh yeah, so that's a bit of a pain in the bum. On the good side, I am not testing positive anymore. I'm completely testing negative. I have since the weekend. I managed to do a couple of Halloween things with my son. We went to Cardiff Castle on Monday and watched a film in this crypt underground. So that was really nice. Drove to my friend's house, and we got on a bus and went into town, so that saved me like looking for a parking space and everything, paying for it because it's a nightmare. It's really expensive, and it only cost us, because we got a family ticket, 2 adults, 2 children, and it was like £2.75 each for me and my son, and for her and her daughter. And that we had an open day ticket or something. I haven't been on a bus for ages, so I don't know, but open day ticket, and that meant we could use it all day. But we just wanted it for a return journey, so we did that. Then went back to their house, and her mum and dad came over, had a barbecue. They cooked and bought all the food. And then the kids got changed, and she took them trick-or-treating, and I stayed in the house drinking coffee, chatting to her mum and dad. And we were home about 6:30, and I was absolutely whacked. But it was a lovely day, and it was so nice just to get out of the house. So nice. Then yesterday my son had a friend over to play, and I don't mind that because the little boy is so easy and he's very chilled out like my son, and they just chilled all day. And it was great. My son's coming up now. That was just my son. He's downstairs with my dad, and he likes to come back up, say like every 15 minutes to make sure that I haven't run away or anything and that I'm still here. So he's building Lego downstairs. Oh, so yeah, that was yesterday. Nice and chilled, but I am just so tired. And one minute I feel great, I'm like yes, and the next minute rock bottom again. So I thought what I'd do is I'd do a house tour. Now this might take me a couple of days to film. I don't know, we'll see how I do. But I'm just going to do it, and I thought that would be a nice easy video to do. My house is not posh, and we live in it, and I have a lot of stuff. I hope I don't get any horrible comments for showing you this now, but yeah, this is our home. It's a 2-bedroom flat. It's a house on a street. My dad lives downstairs. I live upstairs in a flat. The layouts are pretty much the same, except my dad hasn't got the stairs. I love my home. I just love it. I love coming back home after I've been away. I look forward coming home. I love my stuff. Yeah, so right, let me start the tour. Okay guys, so I'm sat on my stairs at the moment because there's just, my camera doesn't zoom out enough to show you, but there is my front door box. So I have this little porch area here, which I love. I need to get rid of this cream carpet here and put some like mats down or something, because it's really hard to keep clean. Shoes and everything. This carpet I absolutely love. It is so fluffy and it's unbelievable, and I got it for free. My brother was working on a film set. They needed this carpet for something they were doing, and then they didn't know what to do with it, so he brought it home and asked if I wanted it, and I said yes please. So it cost me £50 to get some guys in to lay it, but he said they paid like £400 for it, so I think I got a bit of a bargain there. Coats, shoes, front door. So these are my stairs that we go up, and up there is my flat. I have got this Banksy art on my wall and I absolutely love it, and the reason I bought it is because the little girl looks like my niece. Lantern, I bought that ages ago from B&M and I'm gutted because, home bargains. If you light the candle, not enough oxygen goes in there, not enough air goes in there, and it keeps on going out, so that's gonna have to go, and it's going rusty. This little heart lights up, and I bought this when I was in my first ever house on my own before I had my son. So this is my hallway, bit of a square hallway. And it's just doors, hello, doors. So when all the doors are shut, it's quite dark in here, and I wanted to show you my battery operated night lights that come on. They stay on for 3 seconds when there's nobody in here moving around. Yeah. Then this is the top of the stairs, and when I moved in, me and my dad put up this door curtain. So we'll go through this door first. And this room is my room, and it's the biggest bedroom of the two. It's my gorgeous boy. Look at this, every morning my son comes in to my room and he brings what he calls his kids with him. He's had Ziggy and Raph since he was a baby. So this chest of drawers, that bedside cabinet, this single wardrobe and this double wardrobe. I bought these when I finished uni and moved back home with my mum and dad. I was in a relationship with somebody for over 10 years, or about 10 years, and they came to live with me in Cardiff while I was in uni. That relationship ended, and I walked out with my suitcase, and that was it. I had nothing. So yeah, when I moved back home, I had to start again, and I bought these from IKEA. Oh gosh, they were so cheap, it was unbelievable, and that's why I bought them. But I think for delivery and the whole set, I paid less than £100. So I've got my blackout blind that I still need to, my thermal one that I still need to cut up and make some curtains with. This is why I'm getting so cross now, that I'm feeling so poorly all the time, because I've got so much stuff to do. That stuff in the corner there is where I hide Christmas presents and birthday presents for my son, because I start super early. If I see stuff on sale, then I get it. And I don't like hiding it all in one place, just in case he finds something. So then he doesn't know like everything he's getting. This is the cardboard here to go behind the radiators that I need to cover in tin foil, but it's still really warm. But I will get round to it and do that. This lounger here, when I finished university, I did a psychology degree, and when I moved back home into my own house, my first house that I ever rented on my own, with my first paycheck, this is what I bought, this lounger. And I just love it for chilling out on. Love it. Don't know if you can see, but I have put cling film on the windows. It's not working, so I'm going to pull that off and think of something else. These curtains my dad bought me, they were on sale in Dunelm, and they were like, I think they're like 90 by 72 maybe. They're far too big for the window, but they were like, I can't remember, I think they were like £25. And the curtains I had here before went mouldy because the radiator wasn't working. The roof was leaking, so I had to get rid of those curtains, and I'd had those curtains for a good 20 years. I bought them from Shaw's for £30. They were so thick and lined. They were gorgeous. And these curtains from Dunelm said the same, that they were thick and they were lined. And they are lined, but they're thin as anything. They're pretty, don't get me wrong, but they're nothing compared. I would have been gutted if my dad had bought me them full price. Would have been absolutely gutted. Look, you can see through them even. They're really, really thin. And usually Dunelm curtains are really good. Bit disappointed. I've got that radiator there because, like I said, this radiator, the central heating wasn't working in here for a good 4 or 5 years. Anyway, landlord got that fixed, but I keep that just in case. I've had, well, that was my mum and dad's. The wheels are falling off it and everything. That's just some camping stuff. My stepper, which I don't use. Not at the moment anyway. That's my bedroom. I love my lampshade. I bought it from £10 from IKEA. It's just a paper one, but I love it. That Christmas tree and baubles, I leave up all year round. I don't care. I love it. Can you guess whose room this is? So all this here is going to a charity shop, or to, there's a lady that has started collecting stuff for people, and you can go there and you can get it for free. Clothes, everything. And my plan was to take that over to her, or just do something with it, you know, get rid of it. My son doesn't need it now. And I haven't been able to do it. But I'm not stressing over it. I'm not stressing. Some of his books need to go. That big leaf. This needs to go because it's just a dumping ground where he puts everything. But yeah, what I'm hoping to do in here for his birthday is get him a shelf. I have been looking on like Marketplace and Free Cycle. One of those Calyx shelves like that, but like 3 by 3, so he can get rid of these. I'm going to put these in my sewing room probably, and have a big shelf here so he can put like some of his Lego on, because it's just overtaking. And this is what my son likes to do with his money, and he, oh gosh, he saved so long for this Lego. This is a new one because he's been saving for ages. to buy it and wait for it to go on sale. That's one thing I have taught him. Ninjago posters and Ninjago stuff. That's Hogwarts. Then he has his little bits here. The old man over the road gave him that car. Then we've got more Lego. This shelf I got from my brother. He was throwing it out, so I said yes please. These purple curtains, I know they're not very boyish. They're crushed velvet purple curtains that one of my sisters gave me. So I put them up for free. And then he's got a wardrobe here and his shelves here. These are the built-in wardrobes. I forgot to mention that I've got one in my room as well. I'm sure you saw it. It was here. And then this is his bed, which my dad bought him for one of his birthdays, and my brother came and put it up. This is another reason why I've been holding off trying to do these videos as well, because where the roof has leaked non-stop. But yeah, this is my son's bed up there, and this is his canopy, like a little half tent. The reason I bought that is because when he's sleeping, he does this jumping thing. This is why I was a bit cross that my dad bought this bed, because I'd explained to him he could never have a bed like this because of this jumping thing he does in his sleep. And so my dad didn't listen, and he bought it, and it was very kind of him. My brother came and put it up, so I needed something over it. So if he did jump out, it didn't matter, this would catch him. And this goes underneath the mattress and under the bed, under there. So it doesn't matter how much he pushes against it, it won't, you know, it won't budge. But it also acts like a little tent, and it is so warm up there for him. He absolutely loves it. And he's got loads of bedding. He's got his fluffy sheet on, he's got his bed in, and he's also got like a sleeping bag as well. I bought that to go camping ages ago when it was on sale. It was too thin, but it's ace as a liner, so he can get in the sleeping bag and have the quilt on top of him if he's cold, but that tent makes him snuggly and warm. Computer, chair, that was my brother's old chair, got that. Welsh rugby t-shirt there, signed, got that, won that in the school raffle. That's an offcut of the nice thick carpet. Got this rug in IKEA, can't even remember how much it was. Yeah, so my radiator and my son's radiator, those are the radiators I want to put the cardboard and the tin foil behind because they're external walls. Right, next room. So this door here, that's my son's bedroom. This door here is the toilet. The toilet and the bath are separate, which is great. Don't know why they've done it, but they have. So yeah, this is the toilet. That's my blind down there. I just take it off every morning, put it down there, then put it back up every night. I've still got the bubble wrap on the windows, and it's for condensation. That is working amazing, and it's keeping the toilet warm. That was a little money plant that I got off my neighbour. And look, I potted it up and it's huge. So the paint in here and in the bathroom I got for free. It's Dulux bathroom paint, and they had this special offer on one bank holiday that if you painted so much of a room or 2 rooms or whatever, they would give you the paint for free. So that's what I did. I painted in here and in the bathroom in like 2 days, and I got the paint for free because it was like £30 a tin. Then when Home Base was closing down in Cardiff, I wanted like some stickers or something to put on the wall, and I saw these reduced to £2, and yeah, I just stuck them on. That little bowl and jug I got from a charity shop. Okay, so this is my bathroom. My shower curtain, tropical one. I think I got that from Asda. It's really nice because it feels like a curtain, it's not plasticky. My shower is like that, just off like a mixer tap. My son's got like all his bath stuff. I've got my shampoo bar and some bath salts here that my brother and sister-in-law bought me when I moved into my house in North Wales, my first ever house on my own. So that's how long they are. So I don't use them very often. It's a real treat to have one of them. Cath Kidston ones, they're absolutely gorgeous. Some candles, room spray. There's my curtain I made. The condensation hasn't been too bad in here because I have covered the whole window with cling film. So I think that's worked better than just partial. I don't know. Here I have these face scrubbies. But like to remove makeup and stuff like that, they're a bit harsh on my eyes. So I made these out of old bedding. And it's like a brush cotton. And they're so soft and they work brilliantly. I love them. I made a load of them. Put them there, face mask. My bamboo cotton buds, love them. Sing. Then up there I have like all shampoos and stuff that I bought like when we were in lockdown and things were hard to buy. And then I bought some more from that shower gel, but shampoo and conditioner from Lidl. And then when I moved back home from Cardiff and I moved back in with my mum and dad, they bought a new house. They sold the farmhouse and bought a new house, and in each bedroom it was en suite, and so I had my own bathroom. So I bought this from a charity shop and it was $14.99. And I absolutely, it's getting a bit rusty now, but I don't care. I love it. Absolutely love it. There's a car freshener thing on it. Yeah, so the paint in here, again, is the same paint. And it was all this colour, but I painted it this greeny colour to go with my curtains and stuff. But it was kitchen paint, not bathroom paint. So I don't think you can see it, but it's got all watermarks on it. I'm going to have to repaint it in a bathroom paint because of the condensation. Bath mat. In the bath I have these little things for my son. I don't have a bath mat because I was fed up of the bottom of it going mouldy. But with these, they never go mouldy. I usually pull them up and stick them on the wall. This is a cast iron bath, not a plastic one. Okay guys, and this is my lounge. My doorstep. Behind here I have some lavender drying that I got from my brother's garden. I got this little chair for my son from IKEA when I first moved in the house, and I think it was like £29. Just one of those little white ones, and I crocheted this to put over it, and he's got his cushion there. Yeah, it was £29 from IKEA, and I think they're about £60 now. Crazy. Radiator. My dad bought me that clock. I love that clock. Huge. Huge. Now I have a problem in this house where there's some kind of funny plasterboard in, and plasterboards and the plaster on the walls is really hard to drill into. So I can't hang any photos. I can, but I have to use sticky hooks, and because that's above the radiator, it dries every now and then, and it fell off and it broke the bottom of it, but it's still going. I've had that for years. This little chair and this footstool my mum bought me while I was pregnant with my son so I could nurse him in it, and that was again in my first house. So because my mum bought it me, I've kept it. the footstool, because my son used to climb all over it, it ripped the leather. So I got this fabric from IKEA and just recovered it myself. That in the corner there, I also got from IKEA when I was in university. So a good 20 years ago, and it was, I think it was like £15. And I just use it as a shelf. I think it's to hold plants. I love that. That big lamp my dad bought me for Christmas one year. My dad buys me lots of lamps. He likes a lamp, and I just think they're a waste of money. Baskets here with my blankets in. That basket there with my crocheted blanket in is actually a potato basket, and it was £3.99 from Home Bargains. Loved it. I think I bought them when did I get them? I either bought them when I was pregnant with my son, or I was given them with loads of baby stuffing, like shampoos and stuff. I think it was like a baby hamper, actually. Yeah, that sounds about right. This TV is also a TV I bought when I moved into my very first house. I say moved it, but the first house I ever rented on my own, and I bought that TV. Yeah, so my telly is, it's an old LG one. The TV unit is on. I bought brand new when I moved into this flat. I had a glass TV stand, and then I saw something on YouTube or Facebook with a child and it's smashing, and I thought, oh my goodness, so it had to go. So I bought that and this coffee table new through my catalogue. So I worked really hard to pay that off as soon as I could, and I thought, for the price of it, I think it was £260 for the both of them. And I thought, with the price of it and the weight of it, it would have been proper wood. It's not, it's MDF and it's just painted on. But yeah, I like them. The top went funny, and I did a video. I put some of that sticky back plastic stuff on there that looks like tiles. And so I did that because I refused to pay for a new one. Under the table, I have got all my books from university. I worked so hard to go to university, and so I worked really hard to buy those books, so I didn't have to ask for any help, and I didn't have to get a job then in Cardiff while I was in uni. I went home and I worked in holidays and everything, but while I was actually in uni, I didn't have to work because I worked my butt off before I went. And so I've kept those books to remind me how hard I had to work to get them. The gin trolley in the back there, that was a gift off my brother. And the little lampshades and stuff. Let's go a bit closer. This is where I keep all my tea lights. Yes, I know it's a Christmassy thing, but I don't care. My dad bought me them because I kept on saying, I don't want any more lamps because they're costing me money to have them on. And so he bought me these that I could put candles in. It's my little duck. These are my Scooby snack things for my son, and that's his trick-or-treating basket. He did amazing. So much stuff. This is all my alcohol down here, and I know it looks a lot, but I don't drink that much, guys. This is empty. I have got a bottle of champagne there from my 21st birthday. This, my auntie and uncle bought it me for my 30th. This was from this year, from birthdays this year. People just buy me this stuff. And I'm not a massive drinker, but it looks pretty. Oh, my dad bought me this one from Marks and Spencer's, and it's got gold in it. I think it lights up as well. I don't even know. Rhubarb gin liqueur light snow globe. Gosh, can't even remember when he bought me that. It was before lockdown. Okay, so my sofa here. When I moved into my house in North Wales, my little cottage, I'll call it, because that's what it was. When I moved into my little cottage, I had a sofa. I bought a brand new sofa, and it was black and grey. It was called a Dullan sofa, something like that. And I went to a shop and bought it new. I looked for ages to get this sofa, and I knew which sofa I wanted, and I got it. And I think it cost me like £125, and I just had this one sofa. And my cottage was 2 bedrooms, but literally my son had the tiniest bedroom. I could get his cot was in my bedroom because it was that small. The bedroom was. Anyway, if I wanted people over, I couldn't have them anywhere to stay. I had to kind of sleep on the floor in my son's room. So my brother and sister-in-law were moving house, and they were getting rid of this sofa, and actually it's a sofa bed. So I gave my sofa to friends of mine who had 2 or 3 children at the time. They didn't have a lot of money and they needed a new sofa. So my brother says if he gave me this one, would I give them mine, because they didn't need a sofa bed and my sofa was a lot bigger than this. Mine was a 3-seater. So yeah, that's where that came from. So I actually got that sofa for free, and it's a sofa bed. So if I have anybody to stay over, I just open it up. Now usually this sofa bed is over here, but now it's getting winter. I've moved it away from the radiator, so it gives out more heat. My little moo cow there that my mummy bought me. When I moved to this flat, I realised that I would need another sofa. So I went to the British Heart Foundation and I got this sofa for £50 delivered. It's not the best sofa. It's really strong. It's not broken in any way. There's a few watermarks on it. The arms are a bit tatty because, as you can see, we use them. Like if we're sitting on the sofa, we don't always sit by my son will sit by this little table to eat sometimes, and when my dad comes up, we don't always sit by the dining room table, and so I kind of use that as my placemat. So does my son. So the arms aren't that great on it, but for £50, and it's really, really comfortable. And if somebody wanted to sleep on it, it's not just long enough, it's wide enough as well. So that's that mirror my brother gave to me. And then I know these are like Christmassy decorations, but I have these kind of things out all year, and I love it. I've got my as you can tell, I love eucalyptus. These little white things, I've got a dove and a heart, and I think I've got another dove or something else. Oh, a heart over there, that's it, heart up there. I bought them when I was pregnant with my son, because he was being born around Christmas. I bought them for him for his first Christmas. And then they've got battery operated lights with little stars all the way around. And I just think it makes my home feel warmer. As you can see, this is a massive room. Massive. Oh, my artwork on the wall there. My son was 10 months old there. That's my dad's old house. That's the lean-to behind us. And I actually paid $2.99 for that canvas. Massive. And I paid because it was on special offer. So then, as you can see, this is a massive room. It's actually an L-shaped room. So my dad's dining room is in that bit there, whereas I've got my dining room in the lounge bit here, so I can have that extra room. Now, behind this wall of boxes was my son's playroom when we first moved here. But then I realised I needed more room to do my sewing. And so that then changed to my sewing room. So my son's got now he's older, he doesn't really have a playroom, but he does like to build Lego. He loves building Lego. And so that's why he's in my dad's today, because I asked him if I could do some filming and he knew I would interrupt him every second. So that there is like Lego. He just opens it out, plays with it, and then when we finish, he just pulls it back up, and it's just a throw it is, and he uses that. I've had these boxes since he was little, and all this Lego has either been birthday presents or Christmas presents from me, from Santa, from family, from friends. He's also saved up a lot of money whenever he gets any money. He saves it until he can buy what Lego he wants, and he has been collecting this since he was 2. He's been obsessed with Lego. He's never once tried to put it in his mouth or stick it up his nose. He's just loved Lego. These curtains were from my mum and dad's old house. They were from Next, and again, they're lined, but they're really thin curtains. They're like a brown check, and I know nothing in my house matches. But as long as it goes together, I don't need it to match. I just need it to look okay. I'm not fussed about colours or schemes or anything like that. I just get stuff that's either on sale or free. So yeah, these curtains, they're a bit thin, and these are actually, what do they call them? Like curtains that you put on a pole, so they've got rings on them. They're not pencil plate. But what I've done is I've put those plastic fairy light holders on them and hooked them round so I can do that. I've managed to get them on a pencil plate pole, where if I didn't have this though, I wouldn't. That's the leaking roof, guys. Doesn't it look awful? So this bit now has been fixed, and the last couple of days this has started here now. Oh, I'm so cross. Anyway, my landlord's coming. He's coming to sort it out. My little outdoor patio area. I put some eucalyptus on there. It needs to come off now. It's gone mouldy. I've got dill, coriander and lettuce leaves. And my solar lights. And I've got them on here. And they come on at night. My little plant. That's a tennis racket for flies. That's my dad's window washer, but I use it to get rid of condensation off the window. This dining room table I absolutely love. So when I moved into my little cottage, I bought 2 benches like that and a black table from Argos, and I waited nearly 18 months for them to come on sale for £99 with free delivery. So I got them. Then they were not suitable because they were black, and that suited my last house, my first house, perfectly, because I had everything was silver and black. But it was too dark in here, and so I painted it green. But it was really heavy. It wasn't good, so it had to go. It got damaged as well as I was moving, because I had to move quite a few times in like 3 months. I moved 4 times. So anyway, 3 times. So I got rid of it. That survived though, so I kept it. But I was looking for a dining room table for ages, and I just waited and waited. I was going around all the charity shops, and then I found this in a charity shop. It literally just came in as I walked through the door, and I went up and I bought it straight away, and it was £50, and it's solid oak. Look at the legs on it, solid oak. The only thing I need to do to it is feed it a little bit, put some olive oil and beeswax on it. And so that's how I got the table. And then these chairs were £12 each from IKEA. So I got some chairs. I think I got 2 and then 2. I couldn't afford to get all of them in one go. And then the seat pads, they were £8 or £9, so I got 2. And then when I went back a couple of weeks ago to get some more, they've gone really, really expensive. So I was in North Wales with my sister, and we went to a shop called the Factory Shop, and I got 2 of these seats, cushions, for £10 with little bees on them. So I know they don't match, but I don't care. I can't remember, I think I got these from the charity shop. There's like 4 for £2.50. This runner I got from Dunelm, and I was in North Wales with my other sister, and we went to Bangor shopping. That's the closest town for her to go shopping, so we went to Bangor, and this was on sale for £1.50. This table runner, it's huge and I love it. I think they're delphiniums, I'm sure they are. Then this is one of my new plants that my lovely friend bought me yesterday for looking after her son, because she was in a bit of a pickle. And she really didn't have to, because he's a lovely little lad and my son gets on well with him. And they are so easy to look after. They just really chilled out. And that's great. These are my candles. They've faded a bit because they've just been in the sun. Awful out there, guys. Awful. Really, and I want to do the garden. I'm desperate to do the garden as well. That I got from a charity shop, and I just recently I bought that out because it's a candle holder, and I like to use lots of candles. Loads of candles, guys. Loads of candles. This I bought from my in my first house as well, in my little cottage, and I still haven't lit it, but I need to. So then, this is my poufet. That was my mum and dad's, and I've just got it there at the moment with a cover over it. I bring it round here, and that's my seat, and I like watching the TV there. This over the road gave me the lady from over the road. She was having a tidy up, so I've got all my stuff, all my Christmassy stuff in there, and fabric. This is some of my crochet stuff, and there's my crochet blanket. Those are the colours I need to do next. And then, yeah, so I've put this up here, 1, to hold all my stuff, and 2, to separate the rooms. So, like, when the kids come here to play, or my brother and sister-in-law's children come, that kind of stops them from going in there, because, you know, I've got pins and needles and all sorts that I just don't want little hands getting hold of. So that kind of just breaks it up for a bit. This is where I've got my wash in. I always put my clothes horse there, again, to stop them going through. And I've got a radiator there, and that's where I need to put my tinfoil covered cardboard as well, because that's exterior wall. This, my brother bought me that candle before he died. And I've got my little sleepy hogs there. Up here I have all my photos, and that's my little boy when he was in nursery, his first school photos. Gorgeous. More Lego. This is why I need to get those shells for him. I bought my son a sewing machine, and him and my niece like making stuff, so that was his dress he made last Christmas. So these are all my shells. They're full of yarn and fabric and all sorts. I've got like candles. I need to get a new fire alarm because that came off. What else have I got? Envelopes, bits and bobs, all my threads. I've got this here is projects I'm working on now. He needs an operation because he's come undone. Yeah, right then, let's go into the sewing room. So this is a bit of a mess, guys, but this is my sewing room, as I call it, and I have been doing a little bit of sewing. This here is the other side of the boxes, and then I got this desk. You could buy a desk to come out, and it was perfect for my sewing machine. This chair is exactly the same as my dining room chairs, but I got it on Free Cycle for free, and then I started painting it, and that's as far as I got with that project. I've got a couple of photos and frames that need to go up, but like I said, I can't put anything in the walls. When I first started sewing, this is the sewing desk I was on. That's a battery for my strimmer. Yeah, I just started on this little desk, and it was £5 from the British Heart Foundation. These chairs were like £6 from IKEA, and they're little folding chairs, so if I get more people over, I can just pull them out. They're really handy. That is a Christmas decoration. That is some fabric that I was given from over the road, and I've got a bag there that I need to make into a cushion cover, which I haven't done yet, but I will. This is all fabric that I was given, and I need to sort it out. Oh yeah, my cutting mat under there, my son bought me that, and then I just collect jars as well. This is my little mannequin here that my sister bought me from Dunelm, I think it was. And I've just got bags that I've made with cotton and yarn. And there's my ironing board. That was my dad's. And I just he gave it to me. Well, we share it really. And I just paid £6 for a new ironing cover. Again, projects I need to do. I bought this cardboard bunting, and I've got my herbs. There's a load of mint there and a load of mint there. My dad gave me that. I have no idea what it is, but it will be going to the charity shop. Not ungrateful, but it's going to go. That was a sunflower my son made me. Here's my other duck. It's faded a bit. My sewing machine. This is fabric that I got on Monday when I went to my friend's house. She lives right by Aldi, and they had all these beautiful, they're old ones, beautiful Christmas fat quarters. You get 5 fat quarters for £3.99. So we've got 2 of the green mistletoe and stag one and tartan, and then one with Santa, Christmas trees and snowmen. I think there's gingerbread man. Oh, that one's pretty. And then this is what I have been doing, or I will be doing, is I've been making some Christmas baskets. So, can't wait to finish that. Then this is Teddy here, who needs a rice pack in his bum making, because I throw it away every year, and make another one that's my son's. So you could take him to bed with him, or just like huggle him while he's on the sofa watching TV, and it keeps him warm. Put a hot rice pack in. These are other fat quarters that I was going to make some baskets out of too, but I just can't decide. It's so nice. This sewing box, I know it's really grubby, it's broken, but it's the first sewing box my mum ever bought me when it's nearly 30 years old now. So that's why I've got that. Pens, that's my to-do box, yarn and threads and everything. Yeah, my irons down there. And I also have my chest freezer in here. I bought this new when, I think I'd been living here a couple of years. And no, it wasn't. I'd been living here a year and I got my allotment. So I thought, right, I need a chest freezer. That is absolutely chocker. And I'm starting to eat everything out of it now and really get it down. And then I bought those 2 Good To Go bags, well, the ones from Go Puff the other week, and ended up filling my freezer again. So I've just got to stop doing that because I have a plan, and I will tell you that plan probably in my shopping haul video, or Asda's coming in a minute. This chest here is full of fabric. Again, these are the baskets that I'll be making. Look at that fabric. Oh, it's lovely. They'll be like foraging baskets. Oh, and look at that, vegetables. Love it. Yeah, so this chest I got, about 25 years ago. My mum and dad bought it for me, and I can't even remember now why they bought it, or I liked it and I got it. But yeah, I was just a little teenager when I got that. So I just want to show you this candelabra thing. It was here in the house when I moved in. 3 of the bulbs had gone and I couldn't get them out for some reason, and then I realised they're not twists, they were push. So I bought the wrong bulbs, so there's only 2 bulbs in there. But as I was pulling the bulbs out, I noticed that literally all that's holding it up is that wire, because the chain has actually broken. The links on the chain have broken. So it's literally that wire that's holding it up. So I'm going to look for a new one. But when my landlord comes, hopefully I'm going to ask him to put a new light fitting in there, because that, if that goes and it just pulls the wire out, I'm thinking it'll pull the ceiling as well. So that's really dusty and really manky looking, but I'm petrified of touching it just in case it falls. So before I go, I just wanted to show you this, my little candle mirror thing. A lot of stuff you see in my house I've either got given to me or bought for me, or you know, I've got from charity shops, or I've got on sale, something like that. But I love my little candle station here. And then this here, my auntie and uncle bought me. They bought me some jam, and they also bought me this candle. I've had these for years, but I try not to use them. I use a lighter because I just like them for show. And then I recently did a job for my sister-in-law's mum. Lent her some yarn. She does a lot of flower arranging, so she needed some orange yarn. So I got every piece of orange yarn that I could find and I sent to her. And as a thank you, she bought me these. I'm not sure where they're from. I think they're from Aldi. And it's a peony blush candle. I've already used it. And this oil reed diffuser, and they just sit on my tray here. My dad bought me this one for Christmas. It needs a wash because the wick's getting a little bit large on it, so it makes the top of it smoke a little bit, so I just need to, so yeah, I put my Yankee candles in there as well, and I like that. I just want to show you quickly my solar lights. Yay! So I stopped filming the home tour because I'm waiting for Asda to come. So I was keeping an eye out for them, and they still haven't turned up, guys. So I will finish the tour after they've been. Hopefully it won't be long. But it's now 5:15 and they were meant to be here at 3 o'clock. But I'm so chuffed with my little solar lights, and it has been miserable all day here today. Windy, raining, no sun. It's been dark all day and they still come on. They still work. So cool. Hi guys, me again. Oh, can you see me? Gosh, it's bright today. It is Thursday today and I'm going to finish the house tour. I just got the kitchen to show you and finish. One of the reasons that I've taken so long doing this house tour as well is that the roof keeps on leaking and it's coming through the ceiling and it's a mess, and this has been going on for months now. The landlord said he would redecorate, but because the roof's still leaking there's no point, and the roofers keep on coming back, and so today they came back again, but my landlord met them here because I got 2 massive wet patches again in the lounge come through because we've had really bad weather. And so the roofers came back today, and basically they've conned my landlord because he got a second opinion in. This guy's gone into the loft and looked around, and the work they've done is rubbish. They're just a bunch of con men basically. They said there was a broken tile, and they've come and they've fixed that. But my landlord's looking at having to get a completely new roof, tiles, batons, felt, all of it. I think the, I can't even remember the word. I call them the wooden A-frames, are they? And the big one in the middle begins with a G. I'm still So they text me at 6:45 this morning saying we're on our way, and I was like, ah! Because the clocks have gone back, my son's been getting up at 6 o'clock anyway, so I was awake. But today my son has gone to the trampoline park with a friend, and then he was going back there, and hopefully they're going to do some homework together. So I thought today I'm just going to potter around, finish this video, do some editing. I am feeling a lot better today, but I've been taking ibuprofen, lots and lots of vitamins that were recommended by you all, so thank you. So I've been taking them, and I do feel, oh, there's still wasps around. They're trying to get through the glass at my butternut squash. Not having them, no, and I'm not opening the window for you. Shoo. Yeah, so I was feeling loads better today, but like I said to my dad, I don't know when it's going to happen, when I'm going to start feeling poorly again. I'm looking at my lemongrass plant, which I'll show you in a minute, and I can see a cobweb on it. So I'm wondering where the owner is, because that's been outside in the polytunnel and I brought it in. I need to sort the polytunnel out. Tough. I'm not stressing. I will do it when I do it. I'm so glad the landlord was here today to sort the roof out. And to speak to the roofers. Right then, so let me show you. You guys have seen my kitchen before, but I will show you again. And I also show you the ceiling with the watermarks. So it's my hallway, walking in from my hallway. And I love this bit of the kitchen, and if this house was mine, I would maybe make this area into like a little breakfast area, get rid of that old tank cupboard maybe and just do something here. But yeah, love it. This corner's a bit of a mess, sorry guys, I just haven't had the energy to tidy up. That's the suitcase, that's my brother's suitcase that my son borrowed to go away, and I'm taking that back on Saturday. We're going up there on Saturday to see them, so I take that back then. My shelves. Son's wellies because we've been cleaning them. And then maybe this is the bit that you don't see as often, is this way. So look, there's my flowers she bought me, aren't they nice? So I have this little bit here where I've got my some of my cooking books, just bits and bobs, dried herbs, dried tea, my son's cactus, some bowls and bits, and my washing up stuff. Then I've got my butternut squash, and that's a vase in the corner. I've got my aloe vera plant that I haven't killed yet. Woo! One of my neighbours gave me that. I think it's a spider plant. This is my lemongrass. This is the second winter I've ever wintered it. There's the cobweb. I don't know if you can see it there. It's like a hammock. So don't want to find the owner of that. And then these are 3 pepper plants that I bought in to overwinter. That one I don't think is doing much. That one's not doing much at all. But this one seems quite healthy. So 1 out of 3, not bad. Toaster. My amazing air fryer. Yay. My son's little furnaces, as he calls them, flask. Yeah, so that's my kitchen. I made these curtains to go over here. I think there's room for like a dishwasher and dryer, I don't know, but I have all my my bread machines and my food processor and everything, and then in that corner bin and tins of paint. This is my ceiling. So this is why the roofers originally came, because all along the side of my kitchen, all up here, all along the roof here, it was going mouldy and this watermark appeared. So they came, fixed the roof, and then that happened. Now this bit wasn't even leaking before they came. This has come after they've fixed the roof apparently. So you'll see it's happened in 2 sections, this line going all the way round. That was the first time, and this was the most recent one. There's black mould dots on it now and everything. So even though it doesn't look like it's getting worse, it's still really wet and damp. So yeah, that's why I put off for so long doing the house tour, because of that. And there's some coming here now and there. And none of this was like this before they fixed the roof. It was just really damp. There was bits of mould, you can see. Hang on, see if I can zoom in on those black little bits there. Yeah. So, and then this goes straight through into my sewing room. And then that has appeared as well overnight. Oh, you can't see it, I've gone out of focus, but this big wet patch here has appeared. So that's it. That is my little flat. It's not little actually. I'm very lucky, you know, considering what I've got. My dad downstairs, we've got our own drive, I've got a garage, I've got a back garden. The front garden is my dad's technically, but because we share it, we've got front and back garden. My rent is very expensive, but it isn't as expensive as some of the other flats like this that are around. One went up for re-rent at the end of the street for £100 more a month than what I am paying at the moment, but it's still a crazy amount of money. But I'm very chuffed, and that's why I won't move. I won't move because I will not find anything like this for the price I'm paying in Cardiff. There's no way. So I'm very lucky, and I love my flat. I love it. I love coming home. I love chilling out, and I know it's a mess, and I've got a lot of stuff, and it's not tidy. But I thought, oh, tough. I just want you guys to see what it looks like every day kind of thing, and not this perfect show home. None of my furniture matches. I get stuff when I can afford it. I hate paying full price for anything, so I will get it from a charity shop, and as long as it's in good condition and quite clean and it serves the purpose I want it for, I will get it. I don't really care if it doesn't match anything else, as long as it goes kind of with the theme. It's only really these last couple of years since COVID, last 3 years, maybe 2 years, that I've really struggled for money. Before then, I've never been loaded. I was just, you know, I used to work a lot. I would start work, I was a security guard for an MOD airfield, and I would start work there at 6:30 in the morning. I would finish at 6:30 in the afternoon. That's a 12-hour shift. And then I would go straight to work in the hotel / pub at night. Weekends I would try and do as much overtime as I could, or I'd work in the pub. When the airfield shut, then I went to university. That's why I worked so hard, so I could save money to go to uni. When I came back from uni, I got a job back in the pub again. They gave me a job then. Then I managed to get a job teaching in a little nursery. So term time, I would do that. And then after I finished there, I would go work in the pub every weekend, every holiday that I had that I wasn't in school. I was in the pub working. And then when I had my son, I didn't go back to the hotel or the pub. I just carried on in school, and that meant I could, you know, put my son to bed every night and cooking dinner and stuff like that. That was really important to me. When I moved to Cardiff, I did exactly the same. I just worked in a school. And then that went a bit pear-shaped, and so I started my own business, cleaning and sewing. And then when COVID hit, and the cleaning got cut, and I relied on my sewing. That's when things took a nosedive. But it's picking back up again now, it's picking back up again. I haven't gone back to the cleaning. A lot of my clients were elderly, and some of them passed away. They had to go to nursing homes through COVID. Broke my heart when they passed away, because I was really close to them. And so yeah, I won't go back to that side of my business again. I still have one, maybe two, two cleanings, and so I do them every week. But once they finish, then my cleaning will finish. I won't do that anymore. But yeah, YouTube's taking off. Thank you so much. And my sewing is really busy. I'll be starting work again in a school next week, just part-time, 2 days a week, which is guaranteed income. I'm glad I said yes, I would take it, and I'll do any hours that they can, that if they need me, I don't mind that whatsoever, because it's extra money coming in. Once my son goes to secondary school next year and he starts getting a bit more independent, especially when he turns 12 in a couple of years, you know, I can get more and more work. As my son gets older, I can get more and more work, and that is the plan. So that is my flat, guys. I hope you enjoyed the tour. If you didn't, don't watch it. Oh, dearie me. And I've got a new saying now to the haters and to the mean trolls. I've got a lovely new saying now. So if I see any comments from any nasty comments now, all I'm going to say is, go puff yourself. I love that. I loved it. So thanks, Donna. Thanks, Donna's husband. And Kim, this house tour is for you. And thank you so much for being so patient with me. I know you've been asking for this video for months. So thank you, Kim, for being patient and waiting. And I hope you haven't been disappointed. And I hope I've got everything in. I'm sure I've forgotten stuff because my head's still a bit oof. Yeah, so take care and I will see you soon. Bye.